Blame Truth here, and when it rains, it pours. Microsoft is essentially done. Microsoft's essentially dead. And I'm not kidding. It's not hyperbole. I am not exaggerating for the YouTube hype or whatever. This is what has happened. Micro Slop is currently trending worldwide on Twitter right now. Not making any of that up. And you know what? Here's what I have to say, because after my last video covering Activision and their buddy-buddy relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, I say good fucking riddance. I do not care what happens to this fucking company anymore. Fuck Call of Duty and everything under their umbrella. I hope it all rots, and it's going to. So what am I talking about? Let's just get right on into the details, or dare I say the meat and potatoes, because viewer, I got a lot I want to get off my chest. So according to this tweet from IGN earlier today, Xbox head Phil Spencer is retiring on Monday, and Xbox president Sarah Bond, long thought to be Spencer's heir apparent, has resigned. Straight up resigned. The new CEO of Microsoft Gaming will be Asha Sharma, currently the president, get this, of Microsoft's Core AI product. Now, I'm not going to give you guys all the boring details of this article here. I will just cover the main point. And this is frightening as fuck. Not just that this woman is coming from an AI background, but that she's only been at Microsoft for like 2 years. Does she have like nude Polaroids of Phil Spencer or some shit? Why is she getting promoted to the boss of the whole shebang? Never mind that her name sounds like a Pokemon. Never mind that it seems like she has no experience whatsoever because she comes from an Instacart and Home Depot background. What in the fuck is going on? I seriously have no idea. I wanted to make a video today covering how EA and Battlefield are shitting the bed, but it's just everywhere. I can't go one fucking day without something fucking sucking. You know, I had a Windows update. No shit. I had a Windows update that caused my graphics card just to crash. Yeah. It wasn't the graphics card, wasn't some faulty graphics card driver or whatever. It was a Windows update that I had to roll back, and the only reason I knew it was this update causing it is because 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had an issue where my laptop was just unusable because of the last Windows update. Maybe because around 30% of the fucking code for these Windows 11 updates are AI generated bullshit. Not making that up. Look, approximately 30% of new code at Microsoft is AI generated, including components within Windows updates, with projections for this to rise significantly by 2030. Will this meteoric rise be able to keep up with my fucking blood pressure? Stay tuned, I guess, to see. And this is what's going to come to not just Windows PCs, not just Xbox, every game tied to that, the exclusives I mean, but every game made by Xbox Studios will be riddled with AI slop. And you know what? Honestly, I'm just over it. I am not a gamer anymore. With the things I found out on my last video, I think I'm just done. I mean, as far as modern stuff goes, I have no interest whatsoever. I have no interest in funding these rich island visiting fucks pockets. I just have no interest in that. It's become a pure business with no soul and no heart in it. And yes, I know there are standouts. People have been trying to get me to play Arc Raiders and, dare I say, the finals as well. But something about Embark's games just seem boring to me. I'm sure they're good games, but I just don't really have a reason to play them. And as far as everything else is concerned, with the AAA space, I mean, wake me up when GTA 6 gets here, but I don't even have high hopes for that anymore. I'm sorry, I don't. I've been burned way too much. I expected to have 2 shooters actually trying their best this year. Instead, I get whatever the fuck Black Ops 7's supposed to be, and Battlefield 6 saying, oh, more resources. No, seriously, look at this. Let me cover some Battlefield news real quick. You want to see what Battlefield's doing? Let me tell you what they're doing after Season 2. Absolutely fucking nothing. From a few days ago, Battlefield 6 producer claims lack of resources is why there are few maps per season. Lack of resources. For the best-selling game in like the last 3 years, lack of resources. In terms of cadence, we would love to create way more maps, but we're just trying to bring things to players as quickly as we can build them. Why didn't you build this stuff ahead of time? Maybe put your fucking phone down, stop doom scrolling TikTok, and give us an Operation Metro remake, you assholes! They have billions of dollars. Like, I just don't understand. Let's reword this. We lack the talent to bring you good big maps anymore. Let's just call a spade a spade. We lack the talent, we lack the drive, we lack the creativity, and it's all across the board. No wonder half of these game developers are being replaced by, clankers, and it's only gonna get worse until people finally wake up. I am awoken. Let me show you an example of this egregious greed that's only going to get worse on Microsoft's end. I seriously don't think Microsoft is going to exist, at least under the current leadership, in the next 5 years. I give them 5 years tops, and they're fucking done. I'm serious. With how badly they've fallen already, and now putting this broad at the head, nah, man, it's over. I'm sorry, but it is. And look at this. It's all across the board. This is the same parent company to GTA 6. I want you to keep this in mind. Maybe you saw it on the post, community post or whatever, but I'm going to cover it yet again. WWE 2K26. Man, everything they are offering in these different editions is all stuff. It's nothing tangible, nothing physical. It's all stuff that 10, 15 years ago, you would have just unlocked by playing the fucking game. And why are there 4 editions? And why is the top edition $150 US? What is going on? For that amount of money, I want Stone Cold Steve Austin to come out and stun my drunk ass every time I open a beer. Like, what the hell? $150? And I've looked through these different editions, and it's just like, again, it's just stuff. It's just costumes and taunts. They're paywalling taunts. You get nothing physical. 10 years ago or whatever, I looked up the special edition of a WWE game, and you got a piece of the ring mat. You could pay $99, so like 30 more, I think it was, 40 more than the retail price at the time. $40 more, and you would get like Hulk Hogan autographed trading cards and like a piece of the ring mat that Hulk Hogan was on. You know, that was like the special edition or whatever. You got physical, tangible things that you could collect and look at. But you buy $150 of this shit, and they're just going to cut the online services off after about a year or two anyway. So what's the point? Not to mention, it's a yearly sports title. You expect people to pay? I mean, people obviously are. Our people are the normies out there. Just incredibly stupid. It's a bit of a rhetorical question. I know the answer. But can someone be like, I'm a normie, and no, I am very smart. I will not buy WWE 2K whatever. At this rate, it's going to be like $200 in a couple of years for the top edition. You know what, man? I'm serious. I'm serious here, and I'm not even trying to be a hipster. You guys can say whatever you want, but I canceled my Spotify subscription because I realized that I've paid over $1,000 into this thing with nothing to show for it. I listen to like the same 10 bands every year, so why the fuck am I paying for a subscription? I bought a cassette player, like an old 80s Sony Walkman, and I got a fucking cassette tape. A Faith No More Angel Dust for like $5. I'm not kidding. I did that. I got rid of my smartwatch because I don't want some AI technological piece of tracking bullshit on my wrist at all times. I got a Casio. I'm just done with all of this mess. And you might be saying, BT, you're just becoming an old head. You're unk, BT. BT, you are unk. I say the only thing I am is Uncle Fucker. And yes, that is a South Park Terrence and Phillip reference, which is also old because I am here to fuck up everything that I see as a wrongdoing to society in 2026, especially gamers. I have fucking had it. I just want to crash the fuck out in front of this goddamn microphone for 1 second, if I can, please. I am so sick of this decade. I was just thinking the other day, I'm just ranting. I'm unhinged, all right? And my rage knows no bounds. But I was just thinking, every single decade, it has this flavor to it. Everyone can kind of look back on every decade pretty much since, and they can point out so much good in those decades, even with the bad. Even with the bad, no decade is perfect, but then you start getting to the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s, and you realize that somewhere, I don't know when it was, 10, 15, 20 years ago, we peaked and we've been on a downhill descent ever since. And it's not me imagining things. Don't tell me that I'm imagining the fact that buying steak now is like this luxury fucking expense. Don't tell me I'm imagining the fact that if I want to buy RAM, it's 4 times more expensive than it was like 5 months ago. Don't tell me I'm imagining that my fucking property tax, my rent to the goddamn government, has gone up exponentially through no doing of my own. Because my house, I paid, I'm serious here. You know what I paid for my house back in 2010, 2011, wherever I bought this thing? I paid less than $60,000 for a brick house home with a basement and an attic. I paid less than $60K for it. Like, it was like $54,000 or something. Today, this house, through me doing nothing, is like $230,000 fucking dollars. If I take that asset into account, I mean, in like 15, 20 more years, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Technically speaking, this house will be like exponentially more expensive. I will be a millionaire in a $1 million house. Like, what the fuck is going on? And it's infested everything, and I'm sorry, I just had to crash the fuck out there. This is maybe a point in the video where I do an ad break or an ad sponsor. I got really nothing. I got a new t-shirt if you guys want to buy it. This cool design, I made it myself. Don't worry, no AI bullshit here. I made it painstakingly in Photoshop. Okay, so you can buy it if you want. It's pretty cool, and goddamn, I feel like Marlon Brando in The Godfather right now. Let's roll the clip here, and then I'll probably get like copyright struck for this, but I really don't give a shit anymore. Roll the fucking footage.
Look how they massacred my boy.
I'm just done giving my money away to these greedy fucks. I'm just over it. I don't care, man. I will buy $5 cassettes of Motorhead and shit. It might be way more than that, honestly. It's fucking Motorhead. But regardless, I will buy that stuff, man. I will buy that stuff, and I will keep it until it disintegrates. I'll buy it from independent record stores, honest people making a living. I'll be buying old NES and SNES games. I might even invest in a PS1, maybe even an N64. I actually sold my N64 several years ago, and I sincerely regret it now. I do, because now we are here. If only I could predict the future would be this bad, maybe I wouldn't have done it, But anyway, guys, as the gameplay comes to a close here, I am unfortunately out of time, and I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit from screaming so much. I hope you enjoyed this classic Black Ops 2 gameplay, though, recorded back in the year of our Lord 2012, 2013, whenever this came out. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Please rate this video, give it a thumb up if you enjoyed, subscribe, comment, ring that notification bell, all those goodies that engage with this video. And I will catch you on the next one. And yeah, it's pretty much done. It's pretty much done. Rest in peace, Microsoft. Good riddance to bad rubbish.